So I love pets. I'm not really a cat person, but I like I watch a lot of stupid Facebook videos with crazy people who have like raccoons as pets and they rescue like baby deer or foxes and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Yeah, nice. I love animals too. I actually, I don't know if you know this, but I grew up in Togo, West Africa. And every night before my kids go to bed, they want to hear an animal story. And I used to have literally, they used to call me the animal man of Africa.
Okay.
And all my African friends would bring me different animals from the jungle.
Okay.
And for instance, I had a pet monkey called Peanut.
That's awesome.
Tied in. He lived in the mango tree in front of our house. We tied him up. He was a red civet monkey.
Okay.
And then I love birds. I had pigeons at one point that I had in a big cage behind the house. Pigeons are funny because you can, if you feed them, and you keep them in a cage for maybe like a month. And the trick is sugar water. Give them sugar water. When you release them, they'll come back to the cage. So I had a growing flock of pigeons. And a lot of people don't know this. It's actually a sport in a lot of countries. I know when I lived in Jordan in the Middle East, in the big city, you would often see these big flocks of pigeons flying around the city.
Okay.
And I talked to one of my friends, and he said it's actually a competition between pigeon owners. And what would happen is if you had like a really big flock, sometimes pigeons from other flocks would join your flock, and you could gain pigeons.
Okay.
I mean, it's kind of like stealing,
Right.
but everybody knew that was the competition.
Let's see if I can spell that. Isn't it G-E-O-N?
Pigeons, yeah, you got it. Or guinea pigs too. I didn't get that in there. I was afraid to try to spell it. Don't tell anyone, but I'm a terrible speller, right? So, hey, we got somebody with us. What's your name out there? Do you have a favorite pet? Do you have a pet at home? If you message us on the side there, we'll know who you are. We'd love to hear from you, man. So yeah, we had pigeons, and that was a lot of fun. Had a monkey. Had snakes.
Okay. That's cool.
Yeah.
Always want snakes.
Yeah, python, rock python.
So were you responsible for feeding the python too?
Oh man, yeah.
What did you keep them in? I was going to say, you have to weight the tank down pretty heavily on top, right? So that.
Oh yeah, we actually had a pretty large one that was about 5 feet maybe, and we kept them in a big plywood crate with like a screen top on it, and he actually, we put a huge block on the top, I remember. But we'd feed him mice or rats. Okay. And I remember he escaped. Yeah. I mean, it was strong enough to get out.
Absolutely, yeah.
But I always... Do you have any funny stories with animals, by any chance, that you can remember something happening, or... Animals are always funny.
Maybe from camping, but I don't know. Probably not as many as you. I mean, you grew up in West Africa, so I'm sure you got
I got a few stories.
You must have a few gems.
Yeah, oh yeah, I got a few. Unfortunately, there was a guy that came out and visited our family, a friend of the family, and he said the worst place in the world to be was in Josh's zoo. And don't get me wrong, I mean, I loved my animals, but it seemed like in that environment there were a lot of predators. Right. So just as an example, I remember I had a cage of finches. It's a little bird, and they're real pretty. I had a cage of probably 5 or 6 of them, and in the corner of the cage I had a little wood box with a hole cut in it. And I remember one morning I went out there, and the birds weren't flying around. So I looked in the hole in the box, and all I could see were 2 beady eyes. And you got to be careful because a lot of poisonous snakes in West Africa. I pulled the box out, and inside was a viper, and it had 4 lumps in its stomach. It couldn't get out of the box because it couldn't fit out the hole. But it had eaten all my finches.
What kind of viper?
Not sure.
Okay.
not sure. I just remember prying its mouth open and it had fangs.
Okay.
And it killed it, of course.
Okay.
But yeah, it wasn't always a lovely place to be in my zoo because things would happen. But I sure loved my animals.
There's
For
Let me see if I can find it. Take
a picture of a.
Well, there's a TV show I'm kind of a sucker for. I think it's on National Geographic too.
Oh, nice.
mm, what is it called?
Those are great videos too, by the way, for people just interested in learning English.
It's great. It's called. You should check it out. I've watched all the episodes. I think. 3 seasons so far. The show is called Snake City.
Oh, nice.
So it's about this couple who are snake rescuers. So they field calls from all around the city, outside of the city, and then they pretty much just take off and they go rescue snakes. So people call in about snakes that have kind of gotten into their domiciles or just like within the workplace. So there's really cool stories. They're awesome with snakes. So I'm fascinated by it. So
Very, very cool.
really interesting.
Now you told us in the last show that you were down in Brazil. Is that right?
Yeah.
Did you see any kind of, different kinds of animals down there when you were down in Brazil?
Not really animals, mainly cockroaches, rats, mice, so things you kind of didn't really want
Yeah.
inside the house.
Okay.
I did see, I traveled with my parents to Manaus, which is a city in in the Amazonian region of Brazil, and we went on like a 3-day river cruise.
Nice. Nice.
Did see some caiman, saw a sloth fall out of a tree.
Really? Yeah, so wait, let me get this straight. You were on a boat
Yeah.
on the Amazon River,
Yeah.
which, the Amazon River's huge, right?
Yeah.
And you saw, what's a caiman?
Similar to it's like a tiny alligator.
Oh, really? Okay,
Yeah.
so it's like an alligator.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
And where did you see it? Was it like floating on the water?
well, yeah, you can see them floating on water. The best time to actually go out and see them was at night. So
Okay.
pretty much you just go out in a boat, you paddle around, and then you just shine the flashlight around, and you can see their eyes.
Interesting. Do people hunt them for food? Or
Yeah,
anything
people
like
hunt
that?
them. Also, we caught piranha. So
Okay.
fish for them was pretty cool. You took like a little bit of rope, and then you had a hook at the end of it, and then you just put a piece of raw meat. You just dunked it in, and
Oh.
within about 3-4 seconds, you just pull it up, and you had
You had a
piranha there. Yeah.
Can you eat these?
Yep. Yeah. We had
How big are they?
tiny.
Okay.
There's ones like that big, then I guess there's far larger ones. So.
And why are they famous? Everybody's, if you know English, you've heard horror stories about these fish.
Yeah. So just their pretty much ability to their carnivorous appetite for
Carnivorous. Now there's a word.
any
Carnivorous.
type of whether it's human meat or. But I heard the only thing that really sets them off is the scent of blood in the water. So if you're just in there, they won't.
They're not going to attack you.
Yeah.
But if you get cut or something, you
Yeah.
got to get out of the water.
Yeah, I'm kind of obsessed with another show called River Monsters. So
Nice.
I love all these nature programs that I can
Put that one up there too. That's a great way to work on your English. Actually, it's called River Monsters.
Yeah.
Do you know what where you can find it on TV? Is it Netflix?
Animal Planet.
Animal Planet. Okay.
Animal Planet and Hulu have. I don't have cable, so
It's all
pretty
free.
much tune in. Yeah, I tune in on Hulu and Amazon.
Sweet.
Maybe not Hulu and Netflix. So
Okay.
I love this program. I've seen 6 seasons.
Awesome. I gotta go check that out.
Yeah, you would love it because they travel to Asia, Africa. So
Oh.
there's crazy stuff that they encounter in the Nile. And,
Oh, nice.
So they pretty much the show is about this guy who hears stories about all these kind of almost mythological creatures or
Yeah.
that inhabit the rivers in really far off places. every episode, yeah, he goes after like a different type.
Nice.
So really cool.
So, what other country were you in? You were in Peru? Was it Peru or
Ecuador? Yeah.
Ecuador.
Yeah.
Doesn't Ecuador have like a monster condor, or is that Peru? Any?
I think it might be Peru.
Peru. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Interesting. I do have to tell one story. I actually visited South Africa.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, they're famous there for Kruger National Park. I didn't actually get to go to Kruger, but we drove about halfway up the coast. I was in Cape Town on the southern tip of South Africa, and we drove up the coast toward Port Elizabeth, and we went to a lion park, and it was amazing. This is a great advertisement for South Africa. It is probably one of the most beautiful places on earth. And in a matter of like 30 minutes, you can be from the beach up into like the hardwood trees and the mountains, and it's just amazing. But so we went to this lion park, and we were in these Jeeps, and the crazy thing was the Jeeps did not have any windows or sides on them.
Right.
And I remember the guy driving, he had no weapon on him either, just a walkie-talkie.
Yeah. And
there were like 2 or 3 other Jeeps, and we split up to look for the lions. And I remember asking him, like, what happens if, you know, and of course, it's like going into Jurassic Park. There's like 2 sets of fences, and they're like 20, 30 feet high. And you kind of go in the first gate, and they close it. And then while you're sitting in the middle, before you actually go into the lion park, the guy's like, we have a few rules. Like, no standing. Do not use flash on your camera. No loud noises or sudden movements when we find the lions, right? And I remember asking him, is it safe, right? Like everybody's thinking it. I mean, is it safe? What happens if the lion attacks? And he said, listen, it's only happened once. And he said, the lions are used to us coming in, so it's pretty safe. So anyway, I'm like, okay. And he said, and I said, do you have any kind of a weapon? What happens if, hypothetically, one of the lions attacks our Jeep and drags one of us into the
sacrifice someone.
Right? And so I said that, and he said, well, he said, if that were to happen, I mean, it's not like we can save you at that point.
I like that, exactly.
Right? So we find the lions, we pull up to them, the other van's already there. It's a massive male Cape lion. And we're probably no more than, 30 feet away. And the lion's sitting there, and we're sitting real still. The other little Jeep leaves. Yeah. And we're sitting there looking at it. This thing starts growling. And you could hear it. I mean, it was just a powerful, like, roar of a lion. I mean, you don't think about it, but when you're there, they say that roar can be heard like 3 miles away. Anyway, this lion decides to get up, and I'm not kidding you, it jogged right up to the Jeep. And everybody was like stone still, seriously. I mean, it was right next to the Jeep, and it was looking at the driver. And it kind of looked at us, it jogged around the Jeep, and I'm on this side over here, right? Yeah. It stopped, and you could hear it gurgling in its throat, and it just kind of stared at us. Dude, I have never been so scared in my life. I was about to pee my pants, like literally. But I mean, nothing happened. It's getting warm in here. But it was freaky. It was also really neat to get to see that. Yeah, it's a lion. It's a very scary animal. Lions. Very cool. All right, so I've got an idea. We actually have one viewer with us. And so we're going to kind of wrap it up with a little game. Pictionary. Okay? We've got one viewer, I don't know who it is, but I'm going to have you draw a picture. Okay? And it could be any animal, but maybe we can focus on pets.
Okay.
And let's see if the person watching can type in the name of the animal as they figure it out. All right.
Are we being a little liberal with the pets here?
We're being very liberal.
Okay.
So it could be any animal, really. I don't care. And I don't know. Hey, who's out there with us? Let's just see what happens here. All right. He's going to draw an animal. As you're watching it, you know what the animal is. Just type it in the message to us. If you're watching this after the fact, same thing on YouTube. If you're watching this and you know the picture, type it in there, and then later I'll go back in the comment section and put the correct answer. All right, Chris, hit it.
Oh no.
You can do that.
If I start off with the eyes, though, that might be.
Yeah. He's laughing because there's a picture of an animal here.
Terrible.
Interesting. Yeah, anybody have any ideas out there? Don't worry about spelling either. Okay, we're getting close here. I might know what that is. Hey, I'm curious, who's out there watching? If you can message us, it'll let us know who's watching. What do you think? Hey, that's not bad, man. You're not a bad artist there, friend.
What the hell does it look?
Not bad. Wait, is the nose significant there?
Yeah, it is. Okay, we're gonna. Is that?
Oink, it's going oink.
Yeah.
Oink. Oh, nice. So, yeah, does anybody know what sound, oink, oink, what sound it makes? All right, cool. Hey, we're going to leave it a mystery. I mean, if nobody guesses, what I'll do is I'll go back in later and give the answer. I'll go into the video and down below and give an answer.
Should have.
Yeah, take a picture of that too.
Well, I was gonna.
We could create a little poll in our group. See if people.
Maybe I can draw a better picture.
Oh. Where did I put my phone? I'm taking.
No, that's actually not entirely bad. Maybe the ears could be pointy.
I'm going to take a quick pic so that I have it close underneath. Nice. All right. Let's. Do we have any guesses out there before we move on to another animal? All right. Let's try another animal.
You want what? You want to draw?
Yeah, I'll draw an
All
animal.
right.
I'll draw an animal. All right. Oops. Sorry.
No worries.
All right.
All right.
Let's see here. By the way, I'm a terrible drawer.
Ooh. Look at this. Okay. All right. Okay. Looks like we have a tree with a branch and something.
He even smiles.
Is perched on the branch, smiling, possibly urinating out of the tree.
Like I said, I'm a terrible. This is a clue too. We find these. I told you guys where I grew up, right? It's a terrible map, but I grew up in Togo, which is in West Africa. So there's one clue. This is supposed to be Africa here. All right. And here's the other thing. This particular animal loves to eat. Maybe it likes to eat. That's a terrible rendition of a banana. If you remember the story that I told, this particular pet that I had was tied to a mango tree in front of my house. So think about that one. And it's red. It has red fur. So let me take a quick pic. And again, we'll put this on under the video. And we'll see if anybody can guess what animal it is. All right, cool beans. And you want to do one more animal? Or are we good? Oh, he's getting some ideas over there.
I can't draw any. I think I'm good.
You're good. Okay, we're good. All right, man. We're gonna tune out here and say goodbye. Thanks for tuning in. Great, you disconnected anyway. Thanks for joining us.
All right.
Take care.
Cheers. I was gonna try to draw the owl. I was like, well.
Chris, that's a mammal. The female nature. Yeah. Oh, I'm still running over here. Let's turn that down. Turn that on.